Did you know that you can start a US company even if you don't live in the United States? In fact, thousands of entrepreneurs around the world open US LLCs every year so they can run online businesses, work with international clients, and access US payment platforms. But if you're not a US citizen and you don't live in the US, the process can seem a little confusing at first. You might be wondering things like, do I need a social security number? Do I need a US address? Is it even legal for a foreigner to open a US LLC? The good news is that yes, non-residents can absolutely start a US LLC, and in many cases, the process is actually simpler than most people expect. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to open a US LLC as a non-resident, step by step. We'll cover the states most foreigners choose, how to get an EIN without a social security number, how to handle the registered agent requirement, and what you need to do after your company is officially formed. And if you'd rather have someone guide you through the process and handle the paperwork for you, I'll also explain why many international entrepreneurs use Northwest Registered Agent when forming their US LLC. If you want to check them out later, I do have a discount link for Northwest Registered Agent in the description and pinned comment below the video. But first, let's talk about why so many non-residents decide to open US LLCs in the first place. There are several reasons entrepreneurs from around the world decide to open companies in the United States. One of the biggest reasons is credibility. Having a US company makes it easier to work with American clients and companies, especially if you're offering freelance services, consulting, software development, marketing services, or digital projects. Another reason is access to financial platforms. Some global payment processors, online marketplaces, and business tools are easier to use when your company is registered in the United States. For example, many entrepreneurs who run online businesses, things like e-commerce stores, SaaS products, agencies, or digital services, choose to operate through a US LLC because it works well with global platforms and payment systems. The US also has a relatively simple company formation process compared to many other countries, which is another reason international founders often choose this route. Now that we understand the benefits, let's go step by step through how the process actually works. The first decision you'll need to make is which US state you want to register your LLC in. Technically, you can form an LLC in any state, but most non-resident entrepreneurs tend to choose a few specific ones because they are easier to manage remotely. Two of the most popular choices are Wyoming and Delaware. Wyoming is often chosen because it has relatively low fees, simple reporting requirements, and strong privacy protections. Delaware is also popular because it has a long history of business law and a well-established legal system that many companies trust. Some entrepreneurs also choose New Mexico, which is known for its affordability and privacy advantages. For many international entrepreneurs running online businesses, Wyoming is often considered one of the simplest and most practical options. Once you've chosen the state where you want to form your LLC, the next step is selecting a business name. Your LLC name must be unique within the state where you're registering your company. It also needs to include a designator such as LLC or limited liability company. Most states allow you to check name availability through the Secretary of State website, which helps ensure that the name you want hasn't already been registered. If the name is available, you can move forward with the next step. Every LLC in the United States must have a registered agent. A registered agent is a person or company located in the state where your LLC is registered, who receives legal documents and official government notices on behalf of your business. Since most non-residents do not have a physical address in the state where their LLC is formed, they typically use a professional registered agent service. This is one reason many international entrepreneurs choose Northwest Registered Agent. They provide a registered agent address in the state where your LLC is formed and also guide you through the formation process step by step, which can make things much easier if you're starting a company from outside the US. If you want to check them out later, remember I do have a discount link for Northwest Registered Agent in the description and pinned comment below the video. Once your registered agent is in place, the next step is filing the document that officially creates your company. To officially create your LLC, you'll need to file a formation document with the state. This document is usually called the Articles of Organization, although the name can vary slightly depending on the state. The form typically includes your LLC name, registered agent information, and basic details about the company. Many states allow this document to be filed online, which is usually the fastest and easiest way to complete the process. Once the state approves your filing, your LLC officially exists. One step that often confuses non-residents is obtaining an EIN, which stands for Employer Identification Number. This number is issued by the IRS and works like a tax identification number for your company. The important thing to know is that you do not need a social security number to get an EIN. Non-resident entrepreneurs can apply for an EIN using a different IRS process specifically designed for foreign applicants. Once approved, the EIN allows your company to open bank accounts, process payments, and file certain tax documents. After your LLC is formed and you receive your EIN, the next step is opening a business bank account. This is important because it allows you to separate your personal finances from your business finances. Some traditional US banks require you to visit a branch in person, which can be difficult for international founders. Because of that, many entrepreneurs use online financial platforms that support remote account setup for international business owners. Once your bank account is active, your LLC is essentially ready to start operating. While it's technically possible to complete each of these steps yourself, many international entrepreneurs prefer using a formation service to simplify the process. One service that's commonly used is Northwest Registered Agent. Instead of navigating multiple state websites and legal forms on your own, their system walks you through the setup process step by step. They prepare and file the LLC formation documents with the state and provide the registered agent service your company needs. Another feature many founders appreciate is privacy protection. When you register an LLC, certain information becomes public record. Northwest allows you to use their business address on formation documents, which can help keep your personal address and information off public databases. Their support team also specializes in business formation, so if you have questions during the process, you can speak with someone who understands how US LLC registration works. Because of that, many international entrepreneurs find it to be one of the simplest ways to open a US company from abroad. And again, if you want to check them out, I do have a discount link for Northwest Registered Agent in the description and pinned comment below the video. Opening a US LLC as a non-resident might seem complicated at first, but once you break the process down into steps, it becomes much more manageable. In most cases, the process simply involves choosing a state, selecting a business name, appointing a registered agent, filing the formation documents, getting an EIN, and opening a business bank account. Once those steps are completed, your US LLC will be officially registered and ready to operate. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to give the video a thumbs up so more entrepreneurs can find it as well. And if you want more tutorials about starting a business, forming an LLC, and building an online company, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more practical guides like this. And if you have any questions about opening a US LLC as a non-resident, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I read every comment and I'm always happy to help. And if you're ready to open your US LLC and want a simple way to do it, you can check out Northwest Registered Agent using the discount link in the description and pinned comment below the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.